So let's start with the new topic, that is your WPT. That is nothing but your warehouse process type. So what we have learned yesterday is your document type mapping and the item type mapping. Correct? In the ERP system, if that every document is having one document type basically. Okay. So similarly for the inbound deliveries, the document type is like EL for the inbound deliveries in the ERP side, and we will have to map that particular EL document type with your EWM document type. So if any document is coming with document type EL, then EWM system has to take action that if any document is coming with document type EL, then EWM system will create document with document type INB. That is nothing but your inbound delivery. Similarly, for the outbound delivery document type, okay, that is nothing but your LF. So for LF, we will assign outB. That means any outbound delivery is coming from the ERP system. In that case, EWM system will take an action and it will create outbound delivery with outB document type. Okay. And if the requirement is like if you want to enhance this particular thing, in that case that is also possible. If there is any Z document type on the ERP side or maybe on the EWM side, if you want to make any Z document type, that is also possible. Okay. And similarly, we will have to map the item type as well. Okay. So this is what we have learned yesterday, and before that we have gone through the supply chain unit. It's supply chain unit, partner will dispose, and the custodian. Supply chain unit is nothing but your geographical location information. Okay. And apart from that, we will have to provide the information like it's a receiving office, sales office, and the warehouse, ROSO and INV. This thing we do assign to that particular supply chain unit. After that, we have seen the concept called patental dispose. It's nothing but the owner of the stock. Correct? For this particular thing, we need to sieve the one business partner. We need to create one business partner. Okay. And that business partner will be as a plant, as a vendor. That vendor as a plant, we will have to assign FLBN01 BP role, and we will have to assign that plant to that particular business partner. For supply chain unit, we will have to sieve the plant. Correct? And custodian is nothing but your owner of the warehouse. Okay. So let's move on to the today's topic, that is your warehouse process type. Okay. So basically the name itself is telling that there are different process types inside the warehouse. Correct? So I think we have already covered one concept called activities. Correct? There are different activities basically: put away, picking, internal movement, replenishment, physical inventory. Correct? So WPT is nothing but it will represent that activity. We will have to create one WPT, okay, and that will represent one of the activity. Okay. So let's take an example of the inbound delivery. So let's take an example of the inbound delivery. Okay. For the inbound delivery, we will have to do unloading. That stock will be available over here, and after that, we will have to move that particular product to your warehouse. For example, to the raw material inside the warehouse. Okay. So this is one of the process. This is one of the process. So activity is clear, but again we can have different processes. Like this is one of the process. For again one more process, like first we will do the unloading, after that we will do the quality check, and after that we will do the put away. For one of the process, we will do the unloading, after that we will do the counting, after that we will do the weighing, After that we will apply the label, and after that we will do the put away. Correct. So the activity is put away in this case. In all three combinations we are doing the put away. Correct. But there are three different types, three different processes to represent different processes. Okay, to represent different processes we will need the warehouse process type. These are different process types. The first process type is like we are directly doing the put away. The second is like we are first doing the quality and after that we are doing the put away. Third is like we are doing some counting, after that we are applying the label, and after that we are doing the put away. There are different process types. So in the system we will have to tell to the system that to represent that particular thing. Correct. To represent that particular process type we need one warehouse process type. Okay. So actually this warehouse process type controls the movement inside the warehouse. So the three different kinds of movements we have seen: unloading and put away, unloading, quality, and put away. Correct. Unloading, counting, labeling, and after that the put away. So this warehouse process type actually controls the movement of the products inside the warehouse. It can be for the inbound, it can be for the outbound. Similarly for the outbound, it will be like, let's take an example. If the products are stored in your finished product, so you will have to pick that particular product. You will It will be staged in the GI zone, and after that you will load into the truck. So maybe sometimes you will just pick the product from the finished, you will apply the label, and after that you will do the GI, or maybe sometimes you will do the packing. Okay. After doing the packing you will stage, and after that you will do the outbound. Possible, right? So it can be for the inbound, it can be for the outbound, it can be for the internal. So each process we will require one different WPT, one different warehouse process type to represent that particular process. Clear what is the need of the WPT?
Yes.
Clear, right,
Take
everyone?
the
Any
take the what?
doubts?
Take the repeater. Take the repeater.
Yes. Anyone, any doubt?
Start with the repeater. What?
Okay, okay, yes. So basically inside the warehouse we are doing different activities, right? So one of the activities like put away, but that put away activity we can do in different by processing, by going through different processes. Like one of the processes we can directly do the put away, one of the other processes we will do first quality. Correct. For some of the products the quality check is mandatory. If you have ever worked in this environment physically inside the warehouse or maybe in the plant, so they do first do the quality check, and after that they do the put away. Some For some of the products no quality check is required, they will directly put away that those products. For some of the products they will do the counting, like we have ordered 100 quantity, and we will first count whether the supplier or the vendor has really sent us the 100 quantity, or they have sent 110 or maybe 90 quantities, right? So sometimes we will have to do the counting activity. After that in case of battery industry, like Amron battery, Excite battery we do have in India, right? Sometimes they just ask some vendor to produce that battery, they do import that particular battery. Okay. So like Johnson Controls is one of the battery manufacturer. Okay. So what Amron or maybe Excite do, they just import the batteries. Okay. They apply their labels, and they do store inside the warehouse. Correct. So here we are discussing only inbound, but again there are different types of the inbound deliveries, different processes basically for that inbound delivery. So to represent each process, we will require one document, correct? We will require one document, and that is nothing but your warehouse process type. Actually, we can control that particular movement. This is one of the movement, this is another movement, this is again one more movement. So to control that particular movement, we need one document, that is nothing but your warehouse process type. Okay, these are different processes basically. Okay, clear. Okay. Yeah, again the same thing actually. Sometimes the products get moved directly into the storage bin, right? Sometimes that product, once that product is received, they will directly move into the storage bin. But sometimes they need different kind of operations. So maybe deconsolidation or maybe the counting, correct? Sometimes the labeling, correct? Sometimes we need to do the packing. And after that, after doing all those things, we can do the put away. So to represent different movements, we need one document like warehouse process type. So if you are aware about the movement type concept, in the ERP we have one concept called movement type. Correct? We have different movement types: 101, 102, 561. Correct? 201. This is for the GR. This is for the GR reversal. This is your initial stock upload. This is your outbound. Correct? So similarly, in the EWM system, we have different warehouse process type. Okay, so maybe 1010 we can use for the inbound process, or maybe normal inbound process, where we are directly doing the put away. For the let's say labeling inbound, we can use 1011. Correct. So basically, one series is for the inbound, two series is for the outbound stock removal or maybe for the picking. Correct. Three series is for the internal, so maybe for the packing also one of the activity or maybe the process, right? So this we can do for normal outbound. Correct. Again, if we want, we can have the POC based outbound. Maybe we need the packing and then we will do the outbound. For that we can have 2011. For packing is the internal movement. For 9999 maybe for the warehouse supervision, or 3010 for the internal. Correct. Yeah. So basically what happens, yesterday we have seen the normal inbound process. So there will be one inbound delivery in the EWM side. Okay. Against that inbound delivery, we will create one warehouse task. Yesterday, if you remember, We have gone through this inbound delivery, right? And this is how we create the warehouse task for that particular inbound delivery, correct? So each task will be having that WPT, warehouse process type. Each and every process warehouse task will be having one warehouse process type, WPT. So can you see here WPT, warehouse process type 1010? Clear? In case of outbound, it will be 2010. In case of some value added services or maybe some other process, it will be again one more different WPT will be there, right? Clear, everyone? Each and every movement inside the warehouse will be linked to one
हॅलो.
WPT, warehouse process type. Yes.
सर तुमचा आवाज ब्रेक झाला होता आता.
Okay. Is it the case for everyone?
2 मिनिटासाठी.
Is it
Yes,
the
sir.
case? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So basically, the point here is like each and every process inside the warehouse will be having one WPT, warehouse process type. Okay. That warehouse process type will represent one process, or maybe we can call it as the internal movement, the movement of the products inside the warehouse, right? Maybe you can mute yourself if anyone is not on mute. Okay, clear. The WPT concept is clear. Warehouse process type. The concept is clear. Warehouse process type. Everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see in the system. So basically, this warehouse process type is your. So this warehouse process type is purely the concept of the EWM. So earlier we were doing the configurations in both the systems for the ERP as well as for the EWM, correct? But this warehouse process type is purely the concept of your EWM system. So that particular warehouse process type we will create in your EWM side. Okay. So now how to remember that this SPRO path? Okay, we will have to create those particular warehouse process types for the different activities, different processes, different movements inside the warehouse. Okay, so here we have different menus basically. Okay, so the master data is one, like whatever the master data is there, like for the storage warehouse number, storage type, storage section, storage bins. So all these things are your master data. Activity area, correct? So there are some topics which we require only for your goods receipt for the inbound processes, like strategies. We have put away strategies, right? And there are some concepts like wave management is there, then cartonization planning is there, quick denial is there. So all these things are related to your goods receipt. But this particular warehouse process type we will require everywhere. For goods receipt process, we will require one WPT. For goods issue process, we will require one WPT. For the internal warehouse processes, we will require one WPT. So if any topic is related with all your inbound, outbound, and internal, then that can be available. That will be available in your cross process setting. Okay. So what we have discussed here, for each and every warehouse task, we will require one WPT, warehouse process type. Correct. So here you can define your warehouse process type basically. Okay. So let's go to our warehouse number. You can see here the different warehouse process types are already available. Correct. So this warehouse process type is for the put away. Correct. This 1011 is for the put away with your storage process. Correct. This 1013 is for your put away with the vast storage process. This one 1100 is for the put away to production supply. Correct, everyone. Similarly, we have two series for the outbound related. This is for the stock removal. This is for the two-step picking. This is for the stock removal for production supply. The three series is for the internal movement. So replenishment is one of your internal movement. Internal transfer 3030 is your internal transfer. 3040 is for the repack or maybe the packing activity. Clear? So basically, each and every warehouse task. So basically, if you want to move anything inside the warehouse, you will require one task. That task is nothing but your warehouse task. It can be anything from GR zone to quality, from quality to value added services, from value added services to pro. So here we have three different tasks. For each and every task, we need three different warehouse process types. If you are directly doing the put away, in that case, only one warehouse task will get created. If you want to first do the counting activity, then yes, one warehouse task for the counting. After that, another one more warehouse task for the labeling activity. Correct. One more warehouse task for from labeling work center to your storage type, basically the put away. Okay. So this GR zone to counting is your internal movement. So for this warehouse task, we will need one warehouse process type, maybe 3021 we can create. Correct. From counting to labeling, maybe 3022 we can create. There are a lot of options we can do actually. After 2010 we have directly 2020. Maybe for after 3010 we have directly 3020, and after that we have directly 3030. So maybe we can create 3031 for this moment, 3032 for this moment. Correct. And after that we can do the put away like 1010. Okay. So if there is any internal movement is there inside the warehouse, it can be anything. It can be from any location to any location. It can be via this between the storage bins. It can be from your one storage type to the another storage type. It can be from your one storage section to another storage section. We need one movement type. Sorry, warehouse process type. Okay. And this is how you can configure the warehouse process type. You can create the warehouse process type. Okay. And inside the warehouse process type there are different controls are available. So initially we have discussed different activities for picking, for put away, for picking, for internal movements, for replenishment, right, for physical inventory. These are different activities. So what is the purpose of this particular warehouse process type? For this 1010 we are doing this for put away. So the activity will be for the put away. Clear? Here you can assign the activity, and we have one more concept called warehouse process category. There are different categories. Again, the same thing actually. For what is the purpose? For put away, for stock removal, for internal movement, for posting change, right? Clear, everyone?
Sir, it is standard category or we need to define it?
Warehouse process category.
Yes.
Warehouse process categories are standard. In standard, it's available. No need to define any new. Actually, do you think we need one more, few more
Okay, okay,
categories?
sir.
These are the only things required in the warehouse, right? So warehousing is nothing but your inbound, outbound, and internal movements. That's it. But for the inbound, there are a lot of variations can be there. For the outbound, a lot of variations are available. For the internal, lot of variations, lot of process. Scrapping is one of the process. Blocking is one of the process. Quality inspection is one of the process. Replenishment, physical inventory, right? Actually, what we are learning in this program is your inbound, your outbound, and the internal movements inside the warehouse. That's it. But in the inbound, there are a lot of variations. We can have maybe more than 50, 100 different processes only for the inbound. Okay, and we will just try to configure a few of them. Similarly, for the outbound, there can be a lot of variations will be there for the outbound. Clear? So the most important part here is your activity, that will be your put away, and warehouse process category. There are few more things, but as soon as we are going ahead, we will get to know what is the importance of those fields. Okay, as of now, what is required, what you need to remember is your warehouse process category and the activity we need to assign to your warehouse process type. Okay, and we will see what is the importance of this confirm immediately, manual warehouse transfer again. Okay, here we have warehouse order rule that we will see in warehouse order creation rule. This is your activity area related to your warehouse order creation rule activity area. So we will see all these things, but when we will see that topic, at that time we will get to know the actual importance of that particular field. Okay, so last time also I have told you one thing. If you want to see what is the importance, or if you want to get an idea about that particular, so let's take an example of this confirm immediately. Okay, you want to see what is the importance of this field, so click on this field and you can click on F1. So all the information will be available here. Okay, if you want to see what is the importance of this field, go to this field, click on this field and press F1. So relevant description will be available over here. So this is related to the activity. Define your activities in order to represent the goods movement. Correct, we have already discussed this thing. So after again placing into the activity, you will get to know more about the activities, right? So the same approach maybe you can follow if you want to learn more, if you want to dig more into the system. Okay, so this is how you can create the warehouse process type basically. So this is one of the warehouse process type for your put away. So let's see one more for the stock removal, and maybe one more for the transfer. Okay, so let's see what is the difference between them. Okay, this is your activity, this is your warehouse process category, this is for the put away 1010. Similarly, we have 2010 for the stock removal. So can you see this warehouse process category has been changed to 2, and the activity has been changed to pick. So what is this 2 now? It's a stock removal. Correct. What is this activity again? Pick. It is something related to the picking. Similarly, we have 3030 transfer. So again it has been changed to 3. It's internal. Okay, and similarly this activity has been changed to internal. Okay, so if you want to create your own warehouse process type, can you create based on this information? The transfer is fine, but For specific process I want one warehouse process type from gr zone to counting, or maybe from the counting to the labeling. I want one warehouse process type. Okay, so this is your internal moment, right? This is your internal moment. So what you can do in this case, you can always refer the standard warehouse process type. So for the internal, what is the standard warehouse process type you can refer? Someone is locked actually. Is there anyone logged into the Satish ID?
So can you check with SM12?
If anyone is already logged in, then maybe you can just remove from that particular path. Okay. It is taking a lot of time actually today. What happened?
Check.
Okay, okay. Now it's available. Thanks, Gaurav. So let's take an example. I want to create one more warehouse process type. So what I can do, I can copy. So whatever the required settings are there for the internal transfer, those will get copied. Okay. And what I can do, I will create as 3010, and I will write it as transfer from your counting to labeling work center. Okay, and here you can provide that particular storage type and the storage pin. So here we have not created any storage type or storage pin. Okay, but here you can provide those details from which storage type to which storage type you want to send, or maybe from which storage pin. So here in this case the source storage pin will be your counting work center, and the destination will be your labeling work center. Correct. So maybe counting work center and labeling work center. I will not be able to create with these things because those storage bins are not available in the system. Okay, but this is just for your information purpose. And you can just save this particular WPT. Okay, now this WPT is ready. Okay, clear, everyone? Clear, right? So can you see this scrap? For the scrap, we have one WPT. For the transfer posting, we have one WPT. Correct? Clear, right? Warehouse process type. To track, to represent, to manage the different movements inside the warehouse. It can be related to the inbound, outbound, internal. Okay, can we move ahead to the next topic?
Yes.
Clear, right? The warehouse process type concept is clear, right, everyone? Can we
Yes,
move
sir.
ahead to the next topic? Okay, so this warehouse process type is okay, this is fine, but here we have something, how to determine that particular WPT. The most important part here is for the inbound, for the outbound. Correct. For the production, there will be production inbound and production outbound. Otherwise we will see this at the time of production. We will learn the production at that time. We will see. Just focus more on your inbound and outbound. Okay, how to determine that particular WPT, how to determine that particular warehouse process type. Okay, so for inbound delivery, we know that the WPT should be 1010 for normal inbound delivery. Correct? We have just defined this 1010 WPT, right? For normal inbound delivery. So in this case, the source pin will be your GR zone. Source pin will be your GR zone. So that's the reason we have provided the source storage pin here, the storage type and the storage pin. Correct? Now, one thing we know that we have created 1010 warehouse process type for the inbound delivery for the put away activity. Correct? What else information we do have for the inbound delivery? Do we have a different document type? We have covered this concept, right? Document type mapping and the item type mapping. So for the inbound delivery, we have one document type INV. This thing we know, right? Because before the WPT, what we have seen, the document type for the inbound delivery in the EWM system will be your INV. The item type will be your IDLB. Correct? I will just remove all these things now. Okay. So what we know now, we have created this WPT, but how this WPT will get determined? What information we have just created in the yesterday's session, that the document type for this inbound delivery in the EWM system is your INB. What else we have created? The item type is your IDLV. Correct? So can we tell to the system that if my document type is INB and my item type is IDLV, then you have to pick WPT as 1010. Can we do that? Can we tell to the system for INB document type in the EWM system and IDLB document type in the EWM system, you have to assign WPT as 1010. Clear, everyone? So just below this defined warehouse process type, we have something called as determined warehouse process type. Okay. So for PK01, this is my uh, one of the entry for INB. Okay. So if any delivery, so here you can see the document type. It's a document type. Okay. If any delivery is getting created in the EWM system with document type INB, then it has to pick the warehouse process type as 1010. This is your warehouse process type basically. Okay. And we can add one more thing actually. So just have a look at these two entries. Okay. If any delivery, I will just delete this entries so it will not confuse you. Now just focus more on this entry and this entry. Okay. So if delivery is coming with document type INB, then in that particular delivery, it has to assign process type as 1010. Again, if any delivery is having document type as INB and item type as IDLV, in that case also it has to assign warehouse process type as 1010. Okay. So for yesterday's delivery, let's see. So can you see here 1010? This is the inbound delivery basically, right? Here you can see the document type. Yesterday we have gone through this concept INB, correct? The document type is INB, right? And what we are telling to the system, if the document type is INB, then the WPT should be 1010. And there is one more combination. If the document type is INB, the item type is IDLV, this is the IDLV, then your warehouse to process type should be 1010. Clear?
Sir, where is the IDLV here?
Sorry, in the assignment you are telling.
In inbound delivery, IDLV.
Yeah, okay. So basically IDLV is your item type. Okay. So here is your item type IDLV. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. So earlier it was getting triggered 1010, correct? So let's try to create one more inbound delivery. Okay. But what I will do for this delivery, for this INB and IDLV, I will just change this WPT to your 1011. If document type is INB, it was a different warehouse, right? It was for GA09. So INB. Okay, perfect. So what I will do, this is not the right way actually to trigger this 1011. Generally, we do use the process type determination indicator, but we will see that particular thing in POC. Okay. As of now, just for the understanding purpose, I'm showing this to you. So I will just change here to 1011 for GA09 warehouse. Okay. And let's see how system behaves. Okay. So I'm creating one more delivery. think due to the storage bin it got stuck. No storage bin found. So Gaurav, remember you got the similar issue.
त्या warehouse process type ला 10-11 असाइन नसेल तो.
Correct. We need to create that particular storage bin basically. Okay. Not here. So basically, it will have that storage process and all those kind of things. So this is the storage bin. That's why it got into an error. So what we will do, we will just create our own different WPT, maybe 1014. Okay. 1014. Okay. Or you can delete this afterwards. Okay. 1014. And here also I will assign as 1014. Okay. So let's try to create one more. Now this delivery has been cleared. Okay. Anyone remembers the delivery number?
97 होते सर.
Yeah. So can you see here the warehouse process type has been changed to 1014. Why system has picked 1014? Because the document type for this delivery is your INB. Here you can see, correct? The item type is your IDLV. Here you can see. For this combination, what we are telling to the system, here what we are telling to the system, for GA09 warehouse, okay, if my document type is INP, then it has to assign 1014 warehouse process type, correct? Otherwise, if it's INB with IDLV, then it has to create 1014 warehouse process type. Clear? That's the reason system has now assigned with 1014. Clear? Everyone? Everyone clear? Determination of WPT, and we have seen the WPT and determination of WPT.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
and similarly, we can assign this WPT determination for the outbound. So again, in the determination of WPT only, for your warehouse number, so this is for the outbound. Excuse me, sorry. For the outbound, what we are doing, just if you are getting confused with these entries, we can just delete this. Sorry. Okay. Where is my outbreak? Yes, this one. So whenever any document type is coming with outbreak document type, then it has to pick. It will assign with 2010. Okay. And similarly, if you want, you can assign with combination of your item type as well. Okay. So in
सर
one
तो
line,
प्रोसेस इंडिकेटर का है सर एक मिनट त्या
process type, this information
हाँ
flows
हाँ
from your ERP system. Not to worry at
नहीं
this.
नहीं हाँ ओके ओके
This one, right? This we will see in the POC at the time of POC actually. Okay.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके ओके
For this point, use
हॅलो.
this. Yes.
ज्या वेळेस आपण इंटरनल मुवमेंट्स करतो ना, 3010 ज्यावेळेस करतो, तर त्यावेळेस कसं वर्क करणार? डॉक्युमेंट टाईप, आयटम टाईप आपण कसं क्रिएट करणार ERP मधून आणि EWM ला डिस्पॅच करणार? का
Okay.
डायरेक्ट आपण EWM मध्ये क्रिएट करणार?
Okay. So generally, one of the option available is you can directly do the internal movements.
येस.
Okay, directly into the EWM system. But sometimes there, if you have heard like storage location to storage location movement, have you heard
येस.
this concept? Storage location to storage
येस, येस.
location movement. Correct.
येस,
So
येस,
if
येस.
both the
येस.
storage locations are having the same warehouse number, okay. So in our case, both the storage location is having same warehouse number. Correct.
येस.
So in that case, we can create one delivery. In Migo transaction, we can create one delivery, right? From one storage location to another storage location. In
येस.
that case, it will
मीन्स
create
मटेरियल
one,
डॉक्युमेंट.
yeah, material document basically, right?
येस.
So that material document will get distributed to your EWM system. Again, that material document will be having one document type. That document type we will assign with your our EWM document type. Correct. It will be having one int, for example. Here it will be again int, eint, internal movements, for example, right? Correct. And for that particular document type, we will assign that particular WPT for the internal movements. Correct.
दरवर्षी दरवर्षी अहो दरवर्षीचे
Clear.
दोन्हीचं सण आहे ना, तर सगळं ठरता येतं
Otherwise,
तुमचं.
if you want, you can directly make internal movements in the EWM system. Okay. So in that case, that one delivery document or the material document will get created. Okay. If you're moving the products from your raw material to say maybe to the counting work center, in that case this is your different storage location. Basically this is your different storage location. Correct. So in that case, one delivery will get created, one material document basically in the ERP side, that for the moment, and you can see that particular moment in the MP51 as well, from one storage location to another storage location. Okay.
ओके.
Clear everyone? Any doubts? We have seen WPT and determination of
नो
WPT. Okay. Similarly, the same thing we can approach. We can do for the outbound. Okay.